it's Rye, and today I'll be talking about the book called Black History for Beginners by Denise, illustrated by Susan Wilmarth. The book talks about how Black history is different from African history. Sure, they're similar since Black people come from Africa, but Black history is different. The book starts off talking about how there were three different types of slaves. The most common slave that you know of is the field slave working out in the fields, the head slave punishing other slaves, and the house slaves in the houses cleaning up, taking up all the dishes, and cooking. So, slaves were Black people were slaves for over 500 years. And when we were freed, we weren't told for 4 extra years. So they just got free labor. And then we were finally freed. That's why we celebrate Juneteenth. However, in America, after slavery ended, things were still very segregated. Black people had their own bathrooms, their own churches, their own schools. Everything for Black people was worse or just not very up to date. So there were a lot of white supremacy, like the Ku Klux Klan or the KKK, who did church bombings, one of which in Alabama killed 4 young girls in a church. And this happened all over the states to where a point where the Ku Klux Klan came to over 4 million people. Despite segregation, Black people built their own towns and communities all over America, many of which were destroyed, such as Oscarville, now turned into Lake Lanier, and Seneca Village, now known as Central Park. During this time, white supremacists would lynch and hang Black people, assault or kill them. This treatment continued around till 1960 when we started fighting for our civil rights, where we were told that we have human rights and that's good enough. So people like Martin Luther King kept fighting. And you probably don't know this fun little fact, but during a time after one of Martin Luther King's marches, he got out of bail. He got bailed out by John F. Kennedy, the current president. So they were together, like they knew each other, they were friends, they were cool. So they helped us get our civil rights. Unfortunately, they both had to lose their lives for us to get our civil rights. A lot of the people who were fighting against Black civil rights are still alive and well today, and they're not happy that they lost that fight. So Black people and young Black people should stay educated and aware should we have to march for our rights again.